Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I've got a bunch of stuff on the desk today. Come on along. First thing on the desk is some vintage paper ephemera that I bought, and I believe I talked about it when I did this page. And I went to a sale at a little vintage shop in a lady's barn, and I promised I would show you what I bought. First up are two postcards, and these are both for New Haven, Connecticut. This one is West Rock. And this one is the post office, downtown New Haven. And they are from 1944. And these are going, oh, look at this, 1 penny postcard. These are going to Dolores at Dolores J. Rush. I will link her channel below. She is doing, collecting some postcards from all the states. And I found these two really nice vintage ones from where I used to live in Connecticut and teach in Connecticut. And then I found this book. Now this is a repro of a vintage book. And I don't know when it was printed or when it was printed originally. But anyway, it has the vintage pictures in it, the Betty Fairy book. So of course I had to get it with the garden on the front. It's going to go in the garden journal for sure. Here she is with the poppies. These are so sweet. I guess I could look up and see when this was originally published. Oh, I love the shape of this book too. Here she is with the, look like lilacs. Ooh, Fairy Anger. Oh, she's gorgeous. Oh, look at the ship. Love these illustrations, and it's a repro of a vintage, so you won't feel bad about cutting it up and putting it in your journal. Love the illustrations. Oh, look at this one with the rose bush. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The Betty Fairy book. Okay, so that's a repro. Now these are from something, I don't know what. But she had a whole box of these papers, and they were like 10 cents each. And I thought this would be great for Christmas in July. Joy to the World. And I love this with the deer and the lamb and the rabbit. Has a great vintage look to it. And this one with the paper dolls, and this has got to go into my Western journal. My Howdy journal. And on the back it shows some paper doll magazines. I actually have, I think, 1 or 2 of these old paper doll magazines somewhere around. And then these are very large. Ladies' Home Journal, 1917. And this is what? This is underwear. Wow. That's a lot of underwear. It's a whole uni underwear piece, I guess. But I bought it from my Shabby Chic, and you can see why. Aren't these cute? Look at these. I can collage these right into my Shabby Chic. And here's some more fashions. And on this side, I love this picture. Kind of looks like Emma in my Shabby Chic. And here's another one with clothes, lots of clothes on both sides. That'll go in Shabby Chic. And I love these pictures here. Look at this. And this is a advertisement for O Cedar Polish. And look at this picture here. Ooh, very romantic. Very romantic. Silver. And this one's very Art Deco. Love this one. Lace curtains and draperies. This is gorgeous. Beautiful picture there. And look at this one. These are all going to go into Emma, who is my Shabby Chic journal. Advertisements on this side. And look at this gorgeous one. Beautiful, beautiful. So these were 10 cents each. And then the book was a couple of dollars. Oh, and I was just thinking about these the other day. This little baggie of vintage diaper pins. Some people will know what these are, and younger people probably won't. But I was thinking about the ones with the ducks on them. Because you could take the pins and, you know, add some things to it. And put it on a fabric edge in the journal, or put it in my sewing journal. But I remember these. Look at this one. I love the yellow one. That's my fave. So I didn't get a lot, but I got a few things, and I really like what I got. Okay, next on the desk are the pictures that I'm experimenting on, and none of them have changed colors, I don't think. Oh, I added one more experiment. I put this one on the gold foil because I didn't know if it was the gold foil that was helping react with the pictures. But I had some pictures from my Mini Ivy printer, my Canon Mini Ivy printer, that turned all blue in the center. And I didn't know if it was the heat gun, which does destroy the pictures a little bit, or the glue, because I had put adhesive on the back of the picture. It's a sticky back, but it wasn't sticking very well to the gold foil, so I had put some glue on it, so I thought maybe that was what caused it. But nothing's happened to them yet, so I will keep those for observation. And I wanted to take a quick look back in the journal at the ones I had repaired, and that is still good. It was this one. That is still good, and nothing's happened to those, so we're good in this journal. And the Kitty Boho, which I did yesterday, Kitty Boho, it was back this way. And so far, so good. I replaced all these pictures. I backed them on some paper and then glued them down to the foil. And so far, they are looking good. So before this, I've had no trouble whatsoever with these pictures. I mean, these pictures have been fine. I've had no problems with them. And I thought it was the heat gun I was using in the other journal. And then with this journal, I thought maybe it was the glue that I put on the back of the picture to get it to stick to the gold, like this one. But so far, so good. Oh, we'll keep watching. And last on the desk is my garden journal, which I have not worked in a while. And I'm going to just check my photos. I think the photos are still good. So when I trim my rose bushes, I got my pansies. I was starting seeds. Pictures all look okay. I hadn't checked this one out yet. These were my nasturtiums and my zinnias. Lavender pictures still look good. Salamander still looks good. Lilacs. Hummingbird. Bachelor buttons. Bok choy. Okay, so What I have here are just 4 random pictures I had taken of flowers that I'm just going to put in here. I have a really nice picture of a columbine. This was earlier in the season. They're making seeds right now. And a bleeding heart. And these are leopard's bane, little Leo. Really pretty yellow. And then I have some little forget-me-nots. It was hard to take a picture of this, but so these are just some random photos. I thought maybe I could just do a double spread here, stick these on and take a couple of notes, just noting the flowers that are blooming and when they're blooming. So why don't you go outside, take a little walk with me around the yard, and I'm going to go look for some paper while you do that. And here's an example of the flower fairy work. See these forget-me-nots over here? I believe I had planted them over there. And the flower fairies came and moved them down here. And they're in the lawn, so they're going to get mowed, so I need to dig them up and put them back where they belong. Namaste frog right here. These are my little Leo leopard's bane. Came back really well after the winter. And back there I have a bleeding heart. And back there I have a bleeding heart and one more on the other side. Okay, I'm not going to do anything fancy. I just want to do the pages and put down the pictures and write a couple notes and then move on, because this is from May. And I like this vintage paper. I think this was Hobby Lobby. And I have these, I'm going through my bag here. I put all the stuff I thought would be good for the garden journal into this bag. And I'm just pulling stuff out. And I had these 2 little snippet rolls, and I thought they looked very nice with its vintage, but they had these little wax seals on them, but they kind of fell off. This one had it on here too, right there. But I thought instead of putting the wax back on, because I don't know how that would hold up in a journal. Excuse me. We got a lot of stuff here. I thought I would put one of these wooden things on there. I have dragonflies and beetles. And I think these are going to go along really nicely with the colors and the styles of this page. These are laser cut craft icons from the Dollar Tree. You get 6 in a pack. And I think they're going to be perfect, perfect, perfect. I don't know if she had glue on there or wax. I'm not quite sure what was holding that on there, but I could put that. I think I have some butterflies too. Can't get them out of the pack. Here we go. Some, I guess these are kind of like ladybugs. That one covers up the glue better. I like the little dragonflies. I should save this little tray here. Wouldn't that be a fun shaker card? All right, don't throw that out. Let me see if I can find the butterflies. I found another pack of bugs. And this one's got a moth in it. And I've already done 2 moth pages. I can never remember what I have. So it's fun. It's like discovering new things every day. Oh, look what I bought. I put away and never used. Shop to stash, right? Shop to stash. Okay, so I got all kinds of bugs here. Oh, I guess these moths need to get poked out a little bit. I can do that with my pokey tool. Cover up the glue. A dragonfly and a beetle. And I got some flowers. I could put a flower on one. Man, I have enough journaling supplies to last me for a very long time. Will I still buy more? Probably. You know, when I first started journaling, there was a challenge to do like 100 days of not buying anything, but just using what you have in your stash. And at that time, I had a very small stash, and there was no way I could have made it 100 days. But kind of like this round one. Now I definitely could go many, 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 many days. So then, now we get that part settled. We're getting there. I want to put a little frame around each one. And I need, I'll leave a little space on the frame to journal. But these snippets don't go from top to bottom, so I was almost thinking about first going with lavender. Put a little edge under there. And I was going to make the frames this muted lavender color. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I found this mushroom paper. Oh, this pack is, I have this pack. Into the Garden. This is Michael's, $9.99. You get 48 sheets, and they're a good deal when you get 40% off, or sometimes they're half price, or 60% on clearance. But this one looks more vintage, kind of like the page. And I was just thinking of maybe ripping a little strip and then setting this on top and then adding these bugs. And then, so if I use this as blue and brown, I can use a little blue to journal on. And that'll be it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, since I've already cut these papers, is I'll probably just go off camera and glue these down. Well, I just got another idea. This is some trim from the Dollar Tree Floral Garden Department, burlap ribbon. And instead of using that mushroom paper, which I haven't cut yet, I got this idea while I was gluing down these pages. Since I'm going with a brown theme on this page, vintagey brown, I thought maybe if I put the ribbon, which goes really nicely with this paper, but yet has a little white on it, and that it would match these really nicely. You couldn't even tell it didn't belong. And then I could add these little doodads. I could even put this down here, put that up there. Could do that. Like that. And then if I do this, I might go back to the muted lavender, although both of these seem to have a green in them. Let me look for some green paper. Well, I decided to put the borders on first and then audition the different papers. So I need to glue that there and glue that there. This is wired ribbon, and many times I wind up just pulling out the wires, because if you're gluing it flat down, you really don't need the wires. You could save them and use them for something, I'm sure. They bend very nicely. And I used on that one first the glue stick. Yeah, so these snippets were given to me. They're very lovely. I don't think I've ever made anything this nice. And the colors just are so neutral. They just perfectly match this page. I didn't measure the ribbon. Alright, so I'm going to put glue up to there. Neutral, is that what we call these neutral colors? Natural neutrals. Natural neutrals. And I guess the reason why I am going with, well, I went way over there, all this brown is because I want the colors of the flowers to show up. Get carried away here. And then I put a little tacky glue to hold it down till it dries. And just put this on top like that. And what I did was run it just over the edge so you can see it from the back of the page like that. I thought that was a nice look. Okay, my camera, so I really went crazy with the glue on this one. Crazy, cray-cray with the glue. Can't walk and chew gum, can't talk and journal. Okay, so the next thing that goes on is the snippet roll. This is so pretty. Look at the branches on there and everything, and there's a heart. And I love these bees, but they kind of popped off. I don't know what this is. Double-sided tape, or just something that didn't stick to the wax. Okay. I can save those and use them on something else. Oh, I could put those in the bee journal. Put those in the bee journal. So I do have a video I made for the first day of summer. I haven't gotten to putting it together yet, but all I did was on the first day of summer walk around the yard and take a look at most of the stuff that I've planted or have growing or come back from last year or volunteered on its own, and I need to get that together and put that out there. So I like it, I like it. Okay, I hope that all stays down. And my choice of bugs and flowers. I'm going to use this flower. I'm not going to color it or anything because I think the colors are just perfect the way they are. I'm going to glue it down the way it is. And then I'm going to go get a couple different shades of paper. I still might go with that muted lavender. I don't know why, but that one's sort of sticking in my head today. That I want it on here with the brown. So this is going to go, I don't know if it's going to stick to that though. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Did I put the glue on the right side? Okay, I'm just using a pokey tool to clean this moss little pieces out. That looks good. I think I put the flower on upside down though. They look like they're supposed to have a right side and a wrong side. Like that's the wrong side, that's the right side. Has a little bit more black on it. But, oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. I could always put a little ink on there. Ink it up. Ink it up. Okay, I didn't put this back in the thing, so it wasn't on its head. So we wait for the glue to come out. Okay, I had to dash off and wash my hands because the black ink on those things came off all over my hands. Because my hands were full of glue. Well, I have this paper pack. And I got these on clearance. I think they were 60% off. Michaels. And this one has soft greens in it. So it kind of reminds me of the green there and a little touch of green there. So, this does look vintagey, very nature-like, very vintagey. How do the pictures look on it? They look fine. So I want that, or do I want, let's audition everybody here, back to the muted lavender. The Leo, or why can't I use both? Right, so the yellow and the blue can go on the lavender, maybe. I want the red. No, I like the red on that one. And the reds can go on the green. All right, this is what we're going to do. Excuse me while I throw things on the floor. So I am going to cut this down, make a little frame, do a little journaling, and that's the plan. So let's see, I need to make two. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave room to journal on this one underneath. So this one will be about that big. And I'm not going to put much journaling. I'm going to put the date and the what kind of flower it is. So maybe about that big. And so give those wooden laser cuts a moment to dry. While I do this, this is very soft paper and it leaves quite a jaggedy edge. And it does clog up the channel in my cutter, which comes right out with the pokey tool. But just so you know, and I was really liking this paper, but it just has a very soft core. So that is that one. And this one is going to go that way. Can I make these the same size? Will that work? Maybe not. Maybe not, maybe not. So this one, I'll write over here. Or I can make it thinner and write down here. Decisions, decisions. We have to make so many decisions when we are journaling. Decisions, decision. Now I'm going to try this cutter. I like to use this one for smaller pieces. See, now that cut that smooth. So maybe that other cutter just needs a new blade. Seems to me though like I just changed it. Just changed it. Okay, here comes the tricky part. Got to get this down straight, because once it's stuck, it's stuck. Okay, I'll probably round the corners. I think this will work. I get tired of watching me try to get these sticky backs off. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut the purple paper and get the pictures stuck on. And do some labeling. I don't think I'm going to distress the green. I think there's enough brown on the page without putting brown on the cards too. I just have to glue the last picture / journaling card down, and I will be done for today. And I just realized it's going to be July, and I need to get out my Christmas in July journal that I started last year and do some journaling in that. I want to finish that up too. And I probably have enough garden journaling to do that I could finish this journal. I started a lot of journals and I'd like to get a couple of them done. And for me, the journal is done when it is journaled in, not when the journal is made, but when it is journaled in. So that's lots of journaling, lots of journaling. Well, this is different. Different than what I've done so far. I love this new paper pack. I use my Edith Holden. I'll have to get out the page that says June. Yeah, these are still in May. Bright orange there. Pinks and lavenders. Bright yellow and greens. Purple, purple, purple and sparkly. Purple and pink. Yellow and green. So I got some bright colors here. Oh, this is vintage. This is Chinese. And this is vintage. I like it. I like it. So there we have the Columbine, the Bleeding Hearts, the Leopard's Bane, Little Leo, and the Forget-Me-Not. And I use these wonderful snippet rolls that were gifted to me. And if you're the person that gave them to me, please shout out below. And I used my Dollar Tree little laser cuts, and I used a Dollar Tree burlap ribbon. And it all came together. Now I gotta be moving in to do my June journaling, right? Oh, I put a rose way back here on that page. May 27th. I didn't even know. I forgot I had done that page. Interesting. Oh well. Okay. Want to wish everybody happy garden journaling, happy junk journaling. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye.